What forgotten synagogues hold rich history in NYC's Lower East Side? Imagine walking through a neighborhood filled with stories of hope, struggle, and community. The Lower East Side of New York City is a place where history whispers from old buildings, especially those that once housed synagogues. Many of these places played vital roles for Jewish immigrants arriving in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Some buildings are still standing, but their stories are often overlooked. One of the most notable is the Beth Humdrash Haggadol on Norfolk Street. It was built in 1850 as a Baptist church and turned into a synagogue in 1885. This synagogue was linked to the oldest Eastern European Jewish congregation in America, founded in 1853. Over the years, the building faced neglect and suffered a fire, leaving it as a fragile reminder of the neighborhood's immigrant past. It shows how the neighborhood's history is layered with different communities and faiths. Another important site is the Eldridge Street Synagogue at 12 Suxton Eldridge Street. Built in 1887, it was one of the first synagogues in the United States designed specifically for Eastern European Jewish immigrants. The synagogue declined in the mid-20th century as demographics shifted, but in the 1970s, it was restored and turned into the museum at Eldridge Street. Today, visitors can tour the building and learn about Jewish immigrant life through exhibits and programs. Then there is the Stanton Street Synagogue at 180 Stanton Street. Built in 1913, it served a Yiddish-speaking community from Eastern Europe. Despite the neighborhood changing over the years, this synagogue still functions today. It connects the older immigrant generations with newer Jewish residents who are moving back into the area. It's a lively example of how religious and cultural traditions continue in the midst of urban change. The former Kahal Udath Jeshurun Synagogue at 172 Norfolk Street is another story. After years of being abandoned, it was saved from demolition in the 1980s. Now called the Angel Aronson Foundation, it hosts art shows, performances, and cultural events. This building preserves the architectural style and cultural history of the Jewish community in the Lower East Side. These synagogues tell stories of immigration, community, and resilience. Many were built by Eastern European Jews who arrived in the neighborhood in the late 1800s and early 1900s. They often used modest buildings or converted existing ones to serve their growing communities. Over time, as families moved away or assimilated, many synagogues closed or were repurposed. Today, a few still serve as active places of worship or cultural centers. They stand as physical links to the neighborhood's immigrant past and its diverse history. Visiting these sites offers a chance to see how the Lower East Side evolved and how its Jewish community helped shape the area. They reminded us of the neighborhood's rich history of hope, perseverance, and cultural growth.